And the remarkable thing, if you compare the performance of the, let's say, the United States system and the Chinese system in terms of improving the well-being of their people, which is at the end of the day what you define whether a system is good or bad, the United States is the only modern developed country where the average income of the bottom 50% has gone down over a 30-year period after 1980. By contrast, the bottom 50% of China have seen the greatest improvement ever in their standard of living since Chinese history began in the last 30 years. So you have a system that is performing extremely well in terms of improving the well-being of the bottom 50%, and a system that has basically damaged the well-being of its bottom 50%. And you say one is ethical, one is not ethical. I bring this dimension to you to tell you that when people say it's a very simple case of yes, whatever liberal democracy does is right, whatever Communist Party system does is wrong, it's not so simple to explain. And at the end of the day, behind all these efforts to what I call to try to demonize China in some ways, there is a political impulse that's driving it. It's not just being driven by other factors. Now let me turn to another. I'm going to go to some very sensitive dimensions, and please forgive me. Yeah? I just learned that only yesterday or 2 days ago, the company in China that manufactures the largest number of drones in the world has just been put on a blacklist in the United States. And it's been put on the blacklist in the United States because they say this company's equipment is being used to suppress Uyghurs in Xinjiang. That's the justification for blacklisting of the drones company. And maybe it is, and maybe it's justified, and so on and so forth. Again, I don't know. And I'll just give you one statistic, okay? Obama is one of the most peaceful presidents ever. In the last year of his presidency, the United States dropped 26,000 bombs on 7 Muslim countries. And you can imagine how many innocent Muslims died. So if you're saying, and I come back to my same universal rule, that if you're saying what is being done in Xinjiang is wrong, what happens to what's happening to the other Muslims? And how do you apply the same universal rule to American companies that may be involved in the supply of equipment that may be killing Muslims elsewhere? Again, I'm just bringing out the ethical complexity.